The man suddenly realized he might be on the verge of getting rich. Why? Because he discovered a patch of damp sand in the desert, which meant there was water beneath. Without hesitation, he began digging furiously. Sure enough, after digging for a while, golden natural spring water started bubbling up from the ground. Excited, he quickly drank some, and as the water kept rising from the sand pit, an idea for wealth struck him like lightning. This desert area sees hundreds of people passing by every day, so if he could just dig a well here, it would practically be free money. Realizing the potential, John immediately got to work. And sure enough, he soon had a well up and running. He laid back and waited for customers to show up, and before long, a thirsty cowboy came by. Without a word, the cowboy went to drink the water, only to stop when he heard it would cost him. Naturally, the cowboy wasn't happy and decided to leave. But this move instantly enraged John, who shot him dead with a single bullet. However, looking at the lifeless body, John didn't feel an ounce of fear. Instead, he grabbed a shovel and started digging a grave, figuring that as long as the body was buried, no one would know. But just as he was about to bury the cowboy, a figure appeared on the horizon. Startled, John quickly shot at the person, only to realize it was just a passing priest. The priest, waving a white cloth, surrendered, and John spared his life. The priest, unaware that he'd have to pay for water, dropped to the ground to drink, but John suddenly raised his rifle and aimed it at the priest's head, saying, "A scoop of water costs 10 cents. If you don't pay, you'll end up in a hole just like him." The priest, unwilling to pay, warned John to stop his criminal ways. But John wasn't listening. Faced with the threat of being shot, the priest begrudgingly pulled out 10 cents and handed it to John. This became John's first bucket of money from the desert. After drinking, the priest realized that this well could be a lucrative business. He offered to buy it for $10 or else he'd report John to the authorities for illegal operation. Furious, John shot several times at the priest, but didn't hit him. Instead, John found himself thanking the priest. The priest had just given him a brilliant idea. John immediately went to the local land office, but the officials there didn't see any potential in the desert and sold him 2 square miles of land for just $2.50. At the time, John had no idea that this purchase would be the beginning of his rise to success. After securing the land deed, John went to the bank to take out a loan to fund his water business. The bank manager, hearing about John's plans to develop the desert, thought he was crazy, convinced that no money could ever be made from such land. In frustration, John grabbed a glass of water from the manager's desk and splashed it on his pants, declaring that he had found water in the desert. But the manager still kicked him out, dismissing him as a fool, because gold miners had already come through the entire area for decades, and any water source would have been discovered by now. With no other options, John turned to a payday loan company. This time, the owner didn't throw him out, but insisted on collateral for the loan. John had nothing valuable to offer, so he left the office disheartened. Just as he was about to walk out the door, the owner called him back. Surprisingly, the owner was moved by John's sincerity and gave him a $100 loan. And just like that, John found himself with a small fortune. But as he walked out of the office, his eyes suddenly lit up. He had just spotted a stunning blonde-haired, blue-eyed beauty.